Back here on CBS Sports HQ, presented by Jeep. With the third overall selection, the Philadelphia 76ers draft VJ Edgecombe, the freshman out of Baylor, Big 12 Freshman of the Year, first ever top 5 pick from Baylor in the modern draft era. He led Big 12 freshmen in points per game and steals per game last season. He set a Baylor freshman record with 68 steals last season, tied for the 4th most in the Big 12. As you take a look at the 76ers' past 5 top 3 draft picks, hoping that VJ Edgecombe will work out. Joel Embiid still there. The other 3 guys on that list did not work out for them. VJ Edgecombe hoping to work out for them in Philadelphia. That's my hot take, Adam. What's your hot take here on your grade? I would say that those 3 other guys were just okay.
Yeah, I think this is solid. I don't think this is spectacular. VJ Edgecombe, let's be clear, is a spectacular athlete, has a chance to be an exceptional defensive player, has a chance to put a ton of pressure on the rim with his ability to get downhill and his athleticism. Where we have got to see growth is in his guard skills. Can he make spot-up threes? Can he evolve into a secondary ball handler? I don't think he's going to be a primary ball handler. At least it would take a really accelerated development to have that. I don't know how much he can help drive winning right away, but I think he is a very quality long-term piece. This is solid. It's not spectacular.
Only shot 34% from 3 in the 1 season at Baylor, but throughout high school was statistically better than that. So I don't know that that's a major area of concern, but if he's going to maximize all of his potential, he's got to be a better 3-point shooter than that. The athleticism is elite, arguably the best athlete available in this draft. Like we talked about earlier, incredible two-way potential. The approach on the defensive end is a little inconsistent, but that's not unusual for a teenager. Once the Ace Bailey approach complicated this, if Philadelphia was going to execute this pick, VJ Edgecombe always made some sense.
All right, let's go back out to Dallas where Avery Johnson is. Avery, what do you think of the pick here? VJ Edgecombe, 3rd overall to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of what Gary's last point. I think because of Ace Bailey's lack of getting involved with teams through the interviewing and the workout process, he probably would have gone 3rd, so I think that complicated it. But I like this pick for Philadelphia. VJ Edgecombe, who was the 2024, he averaged 16 points a game for his Bahamas team in that Olympic qualifying. I think that turned some heads in a positive direction for this young man. 6'5", 190 pounds, very athletic. I think he's going to continue to develop. I think his body, he'll end up, weighing about 210, maybe 215 throughout his NBA career, but super athletic. We'll see what happens in terms of this backcourt with Tyrese Maxey. You always can use wing defenders, and I think he's going to be a nice addition.
Gary, are you surprised that they did not deal this pick away?
Not surprised, but that was obviously always a possibility given that if you've got Joel Embiid healthy at this stage in his career, Paul George healthy at this stage in his career, with the East completely opening up with injuries to Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, there was some thought that there is nobody available at 3, whether it's Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, Trey Johnson, anybody else, who is going to be able to help you as much next season as a veteran would. But Philadelphia, at least in this moment, has decided to execute the pick, take VJ Edgecombe, and at this point, it appears he's going to be a part of that roster.
Perhaps the price was too high. You know Daryl Morey is not just going to strike any deal in Philadelphia. Sometimes he does, but here in the draft, he tends not to do that. What did you make of this fit here for Philadelphia?
Well, for me, I have very little separation, or no tier break, if you will, between prospects 3 and 6 on my board, which is why when you talk about trade scenarios, I would have considered moving down. When you talk about fit, I think someone like Con Kneppel potentially slide in at the 3, where you already have Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain in the backcourt. But again, when you're this high at top of the lottery, they might not see it like I do, and you have to take the best available prospect, even if there is a better fit.
All right, let's now welcome in CBS Sports senior writer Matt Norlander to our NBA draft coverage. And Matt, you and I sat a lot here together watching VJ Edgecombe play at Baylor this past season. What's your reaction to him going 3rd overall to the Philadelphia 76ers?
This is not surprising. Philadelphia took it up to the pick and wound up taking the pick. Multiple teams in the lottery told me they expected Philadelphia to try and shift off and trade the pick because, in their opinion, they weren't believed to be overly in love with with what they were going to have there at 3, but we don't have too much shock as we've unrolling this draft here at 3. And then, Akeem, I'll let you do the honors, but I actually just got a text on who the 4th pick is. It might have even been come across the stage, but 1 through 4 right now is going to script.
Okay, so VJ Edgecombe, 3rd overall to the Philadelphia 76ers. And look, we'll see how it works out for Philadelphia with all that talent that they've got. But this is a team right now that's got to win. I mean, this is a team that should be winning. Injuries have decimated. We saw them take Jared McCain last season. The kid out of Duke, he was having a phenomenal start to his rookie season and gets cut short by injury. So it's almost like, Gary, this is like a reset for Philadelphia.
I mean, if you look at all the pieces they've tried to put around Joel Embiid over the years to make this thing work, it's just been a rotating cast of characters. And if he's not healthy, then all of this is a moot point. They're not going anywhere without him being healthy. But what they hope is after a procedure and missing much of this season, he comes back, maybe not better than ever, but better than he's been in a while, where he can return to that MVP caliber season that he had just a few years ago. And then at this point, you're hoping that VJ Edgecombe can step in and not play a starring role, but play an impactful role for a team that, if healthy across the board, should be able to compete at the top of the Eastern Conference next season.